Following clashes surrounding the Central African Republic's referendum vote, UN peacekeeping troops and French soldiers have been deployed in potentially volatile areas to protect voters and allow the voting process to carry on without any more problems. The weekend clashes saw the deaths of 6 civilians and at least 20 suffered injuries.
The death toll from clashes sparked by a referendum in the Central African Republic capital Bangui rose to 5 on Monday as the Red Cross reported another 3 lives lost following the weekend unrest. UN peacekeepers and French soldiers were massed in the Flashpoint district on Monday to allow voters to complete the exercise aimed at ending years of sectarian strife.
Since we had the decision to extend the voting time, I came early to make sure that everything is in place, that there is enough security and people can still vote in peace. When I'm done here, I won't have time to rest because I have to go to the interior of the country, to Kaga Bandoro and Ndele, where again yesterday we had some problems with respect to elections.
Factions of both the Muslim Seleka force and the Christian anti-Balaka force had threatened to paralyze the vote. Among the latter were supporters of ousted ex-president Francois Bozize, whose application to vie had been thrown out by the country's constitutional court. According to an unnamed source in the UN, peacekeeping forces were sent to quell fighting that saw 10% of the population flee their homes. Another 20 people were wounded in Sunday's fighting, the Red Cross said. Also, in an effort to bolster peace in the country, UN and international experts undertook their very first demining operation in the country when a suspicious pile of objects was spotted at a polling station in the PK5 neighborhood.
We can see that there are bottles, there are twigs, and it's quite densely packed. Also, a pile of rocks has been placed on top, which meant it didn't look like normal pile of leaves. I think in the near future this kind of thing will happen, and so we have already got teams and ready to act on this type of device and in this kind of situation, which is really particular. Normally, we find grenades, mostly Chinese grenades, which are present throughout because stocks were looted during the events with Seleka. Now we are finding devices which are a bit, let's say, polished or tapped. So that is why we took this case seriously.
The vote is seen as a test run for presidential and parliamentary elections due to take place on December the 27th to end more than 2 years of conflict between the Muslim and Christian militias. The proposed constitution would limit presidential tenure to 2 terms, fight institutional corruption, and rein in armed militias blamed for years of chaos. Results are expected in the next 2 days. Trix Ingado, KTN News.